Coming up next,
It's Team Smash Halloween Prelude.
followed by Toontown on Lane, only on Cartoon Network.
Stream is live. You ready?
I'll reintroduce myself. I am Xiao Mei. I am the narrator of the story you're hearing.
Once again, this is for the same people as mentioned before. Hi everyone! Princess Lifeline here, and welcome back to my channel. Call me Coco. I am the mermaid princess of the South Pacific Ocean.
My name is Karen. I am the mermaid princess of the Antarctic Ocean. My name is Noelle, and I am the mermaid princess of the Arctic Ocean. I am the pretty Agarian who fights for love and for courage. I am Sailor Jupiter. I'll feel you regret. It'll leave you numb. My name is Sarasa. I am Ichi's sister. Hey, don't forget about me. I'm Roka, and I am Sarasa's sister-in-law.
My name is Kisasoma. The animal in the zodiac that I symbolize is the tiger.
Call me Hirosoma. The animal that symbolizes the zodiac is the sheep, and that is me.
A fine pleasure to meet you. My name is Kotoko. My name is Amu Hinamori. I can transform into Amulet Heart, Amulet Spade, Amulet Clover, Amulet Diamond, Amulet Angel, Amulet Devil, and Amulet Fortune. Hello, my name is Plutia. I can transform into Iris Heart.
My name is Vert. I can transform into Greenheart. I am Nico Robin, a treasure hunter. Pleasure to meet you.
My name is Kaylee.
I am Ochako Uraka.
Let's go! Hey! Nice to meet you!
Call me Nejire Haro.
I am Itsuka Kendo. Pleasure to meet you. What's up? I'm Black Star!
Hi there, it's me.
I'm Nozomi. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Call me Mavis. I'm pleased to meet you. I am the head of the Prelude family. Rika Prelude.
I am Kaname Chidori. It's a pleasure.
My name is Hestia. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi there, I'm Machi. Nice to meet you. I am called Rula. Be grateful, I'm not giving you any punishment.
I am La Pucelle. Pleased to meet you.
You can call me Sister Nana. Nice to meet you.
I'm Rika.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Snow White. Pleasure to meet you.
About us, I'm Nagisa 1. And I'm Nagisa 2. Sup, I'm Boruto. It's a pleasure. My name is Hikaru Shido. I represent the element of fire.
My name is Fuhochi, and I represent the element of wind.
I'm Umi Ryuzaki, and I represent the element of water.
Hi, I'm Happy. I'm an Exene from Extalia, and a member of the Fairy Tale Guild.
Good day, I'm Carla. I am an Exceed as well. And we are also in the Fairy Tale Guild.
Hey there, I'm Wendy Marvel. I'm a Sky Dragon Slayer.
My name is Romeo Combolt. I'm the only son of Fairy Tale's mage, Macau Combo, and I'm a mage of the Fairy Tale Guild.
I'm Hanon Hosho. I am the mermaid princess of the South Atlantic Ocean.
Glad to meet you. I'm Rina Toyn, and I am the princess of the North Atlantic Ocean.
Hiya, I'm Manatsu. It's a pleasure. Hi, I'm Ari. Nice to meet you. Call me Pony Sumotori. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Senki, and I'm the handsome one.
I am Xiaomei. It's a pleasure. Adam! I'm down!
Hey, I'm Julia. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Nayuki. Nice to meet you. I'm Hanyu Ferdinand. And I'm Ayu Tsukimiya. Nice to meet you. My name is Rebecca Klein, everyone. And this is my friend Haro. Adam, that's you too.
I am glad to make your acquaintance. I am Sarada.
My name is Kotome Ichinose. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'll promise to do my best on my violin. I am Yukine. Nice to meet you. I am Pikachu Popstar. My songs will reach out to all of you. Pikachu PhD is in the house. My prescription? Knockout. Hi, I'm Rena Ryukyu. You look so cute. I want to take you home with me. I am called Alpha Fly. It is a great pleasure to make your acquaintance. They often call me Sayuri. Nice to meet you.
I am Kaori. Please don't upset me.
Futaba Sakura here. Nice to meet you.
I'm Talessa. Nice to meet you. I am Melissa Shield. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
And I am Jasmine, leader of the Alabine City Gym. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Reika Nishimura, a sophomore going for my BS. My mineralogy club meets next door. So hi there, neighbor.
You heard that? Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Hey there, I'm Taru Hagakure. Hi everyone, here's your homegirl Mimi.
With the pulsating power of a driving disco rhythm comes the queen of the boogie beat. I tribute summon Diane Keaton, the boogie master.
Hi everyone, my name is Kimberly. Hi everyone, it's Kimberly. Hi, I'm Jasmine, a gym leader. Hi, I'm Princess Mimi Tachikawa. And I'm Coraline.
So let's get the show on the road. Last time we talked about the Sailor Halloween special synopsis from Digimon Digital Monsters all the way through Sailor Moon Supers, the movie.
Hey, nah! Shut up!
I don't think so!
Why am I feeling this way?
Hey, yo, Choco, stop thinking about boys!
Hear me, people! It's me with a capital M! I'm the only one big enough to capitalize me!
Anyway, as I was saying...
So, who wants some Taco Bell? You need to stop thinking about girls! What are you doing?
Oh, I like eggs!
Stop it. Get some help.
Now we're going to talk about the history of the spookiest event of the century. Thank you so much to Walt Disney Company A&E Network's History Channel for Halloween and Brain Pop.
Enjoy this movie, then visit brainpop.com for much more.
Ah, spoiler alert.
Seriously? What makes him so special?
Hey, Reika?
You heard that? Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Stop laughing! No more.
And this is worse than the apocalypse.
Alright, we apologize for that. Let's just focus on the topic, shall we? The tale of Halloween goes all the way back to its roots from the very beginning. According to the research, it says that the Halloween customs are thought to have been influenced by folk customs and beliefs from the Celtic-speaking countries, which are believed to have pagan roots. So they were also known as cults. Jack Santino of Folklorist writes that there were, throughout Ireland, an uneasy truce existing through customs, beliefs with Christianity and those associated Irish before Christianity arrived, and the origins of Halloween customs are typically linked to the Gaelic festival Samhain. Samhain is one of the quarter days in the medieval Gaelic calendar and has been celebrated on the 31st of October all the way for the 1st of November in Ireland, Scotland, and the Isle of Man. A kindred festival has been held by the Britannic Celts, called the Calan-Gaeaf in Wales, Calan-Gaeaf in Cornwall, and Calan-Gaeaf in Britain, a name meaning first day of winter. For the Celts, the day ended and began at sunset. Thus, the festival begins the evening before the 1st of November by modern reckoning. Samhain is mentioned in some of the earliest Irish literature. The names have been used by historians to refer to Celtic Halloween customs up until the 19th century, and are still the Gaelic and Welsh names for Halloween. And Samhain marks the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter for the darker half of the year. It was seen as a liminal time when the boundary of this world and the other world thinned, and this meant the Hausi, the spirits or fairies, could more easily come into this world and were particularly active. However, most scholars had seen them as degraded versions of the ancient gods, whose power remained active in the people's minds even after they had been officially replaced by later religious beliefs. Yes, they were both respected and feared, with individuals often invoking the protection of God when approaching their dwellings. At Samhain, the Alfei were appeased to ensure that people and livestock survived the winter. Offerings of food and drinks, or portions of the crops, were left outside for them. The souls of the dead were also said to revisit their homes seeking hospitality. Places were set at the dinner table and by the fire to welcome them, and the belief that the souls of the dead return home on the night of the year and must be appeased seems to have ancient origins and is found in many cultures. In the 19th century of Ireland, candles would be lit and prayers formally offered for the souls of the dead. After this, eating, drinking, and the games would commence. Throughout Ireland and Britain, especially in the Celtic-speaking regions, the household festivities with many rituals and games intended to foretell one's future, especially regarding death or marriage. Apples and nuts were often used, and customs included apple bobbing, nut roasting, mirror gazing, pouring molten lead or egg whites into water, dream interpretation, and many others. So special bonfires were lit and there were rituals involving them. And their flames, smoke, and ashes were deemed to have protective and cleansing powers. In some places, torches lit the bonfire were carried sunwise around homes and fields to protect them. It suggested the fires were a kind of intimidative or sympathetic image of magic. They mimicked the sun and held back the decay and darkness of winter. They were also used as a divination to ward off evil spirits. In Scotland, these bonfires and games were banned by the church elders in some parishes. And in Wales, bonfires were also lit to prevent the souls of the dead from falling to earth. Later, these bonfires kept away the devil himself. From at least the 16th century, the festival included mumming and guising in Ireland, Scotland, the Isle of Man, and Wales. And this involved people going house to house in costume or disguise, usually reciting verses or songs in exchange for food. It may have been originally in a tradition whereby people impersonated as the souls of the dead and receiving offerings and they're perhaps similar to souling. Impersonating these beings or wearing a disguise was also believed to protect oneself from them. In parts of Southern Ireland, the guisers included a hobby horse. A man dressed as a white mare led youths house to house reciting verses, some of which had pagan overtones, in exchange for food. If the household donated food, it could expect good fortune from the muck-ola. Not doing so would bring misfortune. However, in Scotland, youths went house to house with masks, painted, or many different faces, often threatening to do mischief if they are not welcome. Someone suggested the ancient festival included people in costume representing the spirit, and that faces were marked with ashes from this sacred bonfire. In parts of Wales,
man went about dressed as fearsome beings. And in the late 19th and early 20th century, young people in Glamorgan and Orkney cross-dressed.
Elsewhere in Europe, mumming was a part of other festivals, but in the Celtic-speaking religions, it was particularly appropriate to a night upon which supernatural beings were said to have brought and could be imitated and warded off by human wanderers. From at least the 18th century, imitating malignant spirits led to playing pranks in Ireland and the Scottish Highlands. Wearing costumes and playing pranks at Halloween did not spread to England until the 20th century. Pranksters used hollowed-out turnips or mangel-wurzels as lanterns, often carved with grotesque faces. By those who made them, the lanterns were variously said to represent the spirits, or used to ward off evil spirits. They were common parts in Ireland and the Scotland Highlands of the 19th century, as well as in Somerset. In the 20th century, they spread to other parts of Britain and generally became known as jack-o'-lanterns, which are cute little pumpkins.
Great, Katomi! Now let's go back to the way beginning. Halloween has thought to have roots in Christian beliefs and practices. The English word Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve, being the evening before the Christian holidays of All Hallows Day on the 1st of November and All Souls Day on the 2nd of November. Since the time of the early church, major feasts in Christianity had vigils that began the night before, as the did of All Hallows. These 3 days are collectively called All Hallowtide and are a time where Christians honor saints and pray for recently departed souls who have yet to reach heaven. Commemorations of all saints and maters were held by several churches on various dates, mostly in the spring. In the 4th century, it was held on the 13th of May, and on May 13th of 609, Pope Boniface IV rededicated the Pantheon of Rome to Saint Mary and all maters, and this was the date of Lemuria, an ancient Roman festival of the dead.
Beginning in the 4th century, the Feast of All Hallows in the Western Christian Church commemorated Christian maters, and in the 8th century, Pope Gregory III founded an oratory in St. Peter's for the relics of the holy apostles and all of saints, maters, and confessors. Some sources say it was dedicated on the 1st of November, while others say it was on Palm Sunday. By 800, there is evidence that churches in Ireland and Northumbria were holding a feast commemorating all saints in November. A member of Charlemagne's court may have been introduced this November 1st date in the Frankish Empire. In 835, it became the official date in the Frankish Empire. Some suggest it was due to Celtic influence, while others suggest it was a Germanic idea. Although it was claimed that both Germanic and Celtic-speaking peoples commemorated the dead at the beginning of winter. This may have seemed as the most fitting to do so, as it is a time of dying in nature. It is also suggested that the change was made on the practical grounds in Rome in summer could not accommodate the great number of pilgrims who flocked to it, and perhaps because of public health concerns over Roman fever, which claimed a number of lives during Rome's sultry summers.
By the end of the 12th century, they had become the holy days of obligation in Western Christianity and involved such traditions as ringing church bells for the souls in purgatory. It was also the customary for criers dressed in complete darkness to parade the streets, ringing a bell of mournful sound and calling on all good Christians to remember the poor souls. The All-Hallowtide custom of baking and sharing soul cakes for all Christian souls, and it was being suggested as the origin of trick-or-treating. Custom dates back at least as far as the 15th century, was found in parts of England, Wales, Flanders, Bavaria, and Austria. Groups of poor people, often children, would go door to door or during All Hallowtide, collecting soul cakes in exchange for praying for the dead, especially the souls of the giver's friends and relatives. It was also called souling. Soul cakes were offered to the souls to eat, souls would act as their representatives. As with the Lenten tradition of hot cross buns, soul cakes were often marked with a cross, indicating they were baked as alms. William Shakespeare mentions souling in his comedy, The Two Gentlemen of Verona. While souling, Christians would carry lanterns made out of hollowed-out turnips, which would originally represent souls of the dead. Like Hitomi said, they were jack-o'-lanterns, and they were used to ward off evil spirits. On All Saints and All Souls Day during the 19th century, candles were lit in homes in Ireland, Flanders, Bavaria, and in Tyrol, where they were called soul lights, and that they were to guide the souls back to visit their earthly homes. In many of these places, candles were also lit at graves on All Souls Day. In Brittany, libations of milk were also poured on the graves of kinfolk, or food would be left out overnight on the dinner table for the returning souls, a custom also found in Tyrol and many parts of Italy. A Christian minister linked wearing the costumes to the belief in vengeful ghosts. It was actually traditionally believed that the souls of the departed wandered the earth until All Saints' Day, and All Hallows' Eve provided one last chance for the dead to gain vengeance on their enemies before moving to the next world. In order to be recognized by any soul that might be seeking such vengeance, people would don masks or costumes. It was claimed that in the Middle Ages, churches that were too poor to display relics of matron saints in All Hallowtide let parishioners dress up as saints instead. Some Christians observe this custom at Halloween today. Someone believed that this could have been a Christianization of an earlier pagan custom. Many Christians in mainland Europe, especially France, actually believed that once a year on Halloween, the dead of the churchyards rose from one wild, hideous carnival. And it was making sure it was called the Danse Macabre, which was often depicted in the church decoration. According to the New Cambridge Medieval History, the Danse Macabre urged Christians not to forget the end of all earthly things. It was sometimes enacted at village pageants or court masquerades, with people dressing up as corpses from various strata of society, and this may be the origin of Halloween costume parties.
There was also apple bobbing, and it was a tradition tied to love and romance instead of the traditional spookiness often linked to Halloween. And originally, the females of Britain would bob their heads in the water while attempting to bite into one of the apples named for the male partner.
You know what they say, love is in the air. However, in Britain, these customs actually came under attack during the Reformation, as Protestants berated purgatory as a popish doctrine incompatible with the Calvinist doctrine of predestination. State-sanctioned ceremonies associated with the intercession of saints and prayers for souls in purgatory were abolished during the Elizabethan Reform, although All Hallows' Day remained in the English liturgical calendar to commemorate the saints as godly human beings. As for the nonconformist Protestants, the theology of All Hallows' Eve was redefined. Souls cannot be journeying from purgatory on their way to heaven, as Catholics frequently believe and assert. Instead, these so-called ghosts are thought to be and actually evil spirits. Other Protestants actually believed in an intermediate state known as Hades, bosom of Abraham. In some localities, Catholics and Protestants continued souling, candlelit processions, or ringing church bells for the dead. One church eventually suppressed this bell ringing. A professor at medieval archaeology and as a historian said that barns and homes were blessed to protect people and livestock from the effect of witches, who were believed to accompany the malignant spirits as they traveled Earth. And after 1605, Hallowtide was eclipsed in England by Guy Fawkes Night, the 5th of November, which appropriated some of its customs. In England, the gathering of the official ceremonies had the ending of it related to the intercession of saints led to the development of new unofficial Hallowtide customs. In an 18th-19th century rural Lancashire, Catholic families gathered on hills on the night of All Hallows Eve. One held a bunch of burning straw and a pitchfork while the rest knelt around him, praying for the souls of relatives and friends until the flames went out. This was known as teen laying, and there was a similar custom in Hertfordshire, and the lighting of the Tyndall fires in Derbyshire. Some have suggested these Tyndalls were originally lit to guide the poor souls back to Earth. In Scotland and Ireland, all Hallowtide customs were at odds with Reformed teaching, were not suppressed as they were important to life cycle and rite of passage of local communities, and curbing them would have been extremely difficult for all of them at this time. In parts of Italy until the 15th century, families left out a meal for the ghostly relatives before leaving for church services. In Italy's 19th century, churches staged theatrical reenactments of scenes from the lives of the saints on All Hallows Day, with participants represented by realistic wax figures. In 1823, the Graveyard of the Holy Spirit Festival in Rome presented a scene in which bodies of those who recently died were arrayed with the wax statue of an angel pointed upward towards heaven. In the same country, parish priests went from house to house, asking small gifts of food and which they shared themselves throughout the night. In Spain, they continued to bake special pastries called the Bones of Holy and set them on graves. At cemeteries in Spain and France, as well as in Latin America, priests led Christian processions and services during All Hallowtide, which after people kept an all-night vigil. In the 19th century San Sebastian, there was a procession to the city cemetery in All Hallowtide, an event that draws beggars who appealed to tender recollections of one's deceased relations and friends for sympathy. Leslie Bannatyne and Cindy Ott wrote that Anglican colonists in the southern United States and Catholic colonists in Maryland recognized All Hallows Eve in their church calendars, although the Puritans of New England strongly opposed the holiday, along with other traditional celebrations of the established church, including Christian's Almanac. Of the late 18th and early 19th century, it gave no indication that Halloween was widely celebrated in North America. It was not until after mass Irish and Scottish immigration in the 19th century that Halloween became a major holiday in America. Most American Halloween traditions were inherited from the Irish and Scots, although in Cajun areas, a nocturnal mass was said in cemeteries on Halloween night. Candles that have been blessed were placed on graves, and families sometimes spent the entire night at the graveside. Originally confined to these immigrant communities, it was gradually assimilated in mainstream society and was celebrated coast to coast by people of all social, racial, and religious backgrounds by the early 20th century. Then, through American influence, these Halloween traditions spread to many other countries by the late 20th and early 21st century, including to mainland Europe. Overall, now you understand that Halloween has a very long history, and it's one of the spookiest events, and that's why it's scary, and we have specials, and all of us are preparing for the event next month. And the All Hallows Eve thumbnail will feature Zombie Mario, Ghost Kirby, Boo, and King Boo.
I hope you enjoyed this story of Halloween, and remember, trick or treat, winner takes all.
You're watching the history of Halloween.
Next, stop the evil cogs in Toontown Online.
Later, go totally insane with Animaniacs, only on Gorgeous TV.
I win!
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. What do you think? If you appreciate it, please be sure to smash that like button, and be sure to follow my social media platforms in the description below, and Team Life Lights Fandom channel. Please be sure to leave a comment below, and please give us your open-minded thoughts, because we here at Team Life Lights Fandoms do not condone harassment, violence, or trolls allowed, or otherwise, Red Poet from Comedy Central's The Ren and Stimpy Show will haunt you down until the ends of the Shadow World. Please be sure to subscribe to our videos and click the notification bell. You'll never miss a video the second it goes live on YouTube and Google. With that being said, thanks for watching and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!
Final results.